यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन
यमुनतीरावनचारी
तीरावनचारि
यमुनतीरावनचारी
मुनतीरावनचारि
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव
Hari
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare
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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की
Jai
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
Jai
Jai
Jaya
Jai
Jaya Jaya
Jai
Shri Chaitanya Jaya
Nityananda,
Nityananda
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
Jai
Jaya
Advaita
Advaita
Chandra,
Chandra
Gaura Bhakta
Jaya
Vrinda,
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनश्लाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं
Tadamayam
ददाति
Dadadishnu
स्वपदान्तिकं
Padantikam
वन्देऽहं
Vandeham
श्रीगुरो
Shri Guru Shri
श्रीयुतापदकमलं
Kamalam
Shri
श्रीगुरोन्
Guru
वैष्णवांश्च
Vaishnavamcha
Shri
श्रीरूपं
Guru Pamcha
साग्रजातां सहगना
Sajatancha
रघुनाथान्वितं तं
Anvitam Tam
सजीव
Tam Sim
साधुवैतं
Sadhutam
सावधूतं
Savadutam Parijana
परिजनसहितं
Sahitam Krishna
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
Chaitanya
श्रीराधा
Shri Radha Krishna
कृष्णपादान्
Padan
सहगना
Sagana
ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च
Vishakam
नमो
Om
विष्णुपादाय
Vishnupadaya Krishna
कृष्णपृष्ठाय
Krishna
भूतले श्रीमते
Srimate
भक्तिवेदान्त
Bhaktivedanta
स्वामिनिति
Swami
नामिने
Nityananda
नमस्ते
Namaste
सरस्वती
Saraswati
देवे
Devi
गौरवाणी
Gauravani
प्रचारिणे
Pracharine
निर्विशेष
Vishesha
शून्यवादी
Shunyavadi
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
Bharani
नमो महावदन्याय
Bhagavatam
कृष्ण प्रेम
Krishna
प्रदायते
Pradayate
कृष्णाय कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य
Chaitanya
नामने
Namne
गौरतिषे नमः
Vaishnavi
हे
He
कृष्णा
Krishna
करुणा सिंधु
Karuna Sindhu
दीनबन्धु
Bandhu
जगत्पते
Jagate
गोपेशा गोपिका
Gopika
कान्ता
Kanta
राधा कान्ता
Santa
नमस्ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गीश राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय
Nitya
गौरमात्मने
Paramatmane
बलभद्रा सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः
Atayate Namah
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
Patitanampavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
Prabhu
नित्यानंद
Nityananda
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
Gadadhara
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
Govinda
हरे
Krishna Hare
कृष्णा कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे राम
Hare
राम
Rama
राम
Rama
हरे हरे
Oh,
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Am I properly audible?
Yes Prabhuji
Okay. So yesterday we read till I think 107. So Mahaprabhu was telling Satyaraj Khan asked how to recognize the Vaishnava. So the first answer Mahaprabhu gave is whoever chants the holy name of Krishna just once is a Vaishnava. So that is a neophyte Vaishnava. And then Mahaprabhu talks about the glories of the holy name. So let us read. Diksha Purascharya Vidhi Apeksha Na Kare Jivha Sparshe Achandala Savari Uddhare. Translation. One does not have to undergo initiation or execute the activities required before initiation. One simply has to vibrate the holy name with the lips. Thus, even a man in the lowest class of Chandala can be delivered. One does not have to undergo initiation doesn't mean that we need not to take initiation, but holy name is not like dependent on initiation. Holy name can act even before initiation. Purport. Srila Jiva Goswami explained Diksha in his Bhakti Sandarbha. Divyam Jnanam Yato Dadyat Kuryat Papasya Sanshayam Tasmat Diksheti Saprokta Deshikes Tattva Kovide. Diksha is a process by which one can awaken his transcendental knowledge and vanquish all reactions caused by sinful activity. A person expert in the study of the revealed scriptures knows this process as Diksha. So here Prabhupada is quoting different scripture to talk about Diksha. Even though born in a Brahmana family, one cannot engage in Vedic rituals without being initiated and having a sacred thread. Although born in a Brahmana family, one becomes a Brahmana only after initiation and the sacred thread ceremony. Unless one is initiated as a Brahmana, one cannot worship the holy name properly. So, even if one is born in a Brahmana family, one has to initiate Brahman initiation he has to have. Otherwise, he cannot worship the deities. According to Vaishnava regulatory principles, one must be initiated as a Brahmana. The Yakti last course following junction from the Vishnu Yamala. Adikshatasya vamaru kritam sarvam nirarthakam pashu yonim avapnoti diksha virhata jana. Unless one is initiated by bona fide spiritual master, all his devotional activities are useless. A person who is not properly initiated can descend again into the animal species. So all these verses describe the importance of the initiation so that we don't take initiation lightly. But at the same time, holy name is not dependent on initiation. So we should understand both the aspects. It's the duty of every human being to surrender to a bona fide spiritual, giving him everything, body, mind, place. One must take Vaishnava initiation from him. By chemical manipulation, bell metal is turned into gold when touched by mercury. Similarly, when a person is properly initiated, he can acquire the qualities of a Brahmana. In the morning, afternoon, and evening, one should worship the deity, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, offer oblations, perform a fire sacrifice, and feed the Brahmanas. These 5 activities constitute Purascharya. To attain full success when taking initiation from the spiritual master, one should perform this Purascharya process. So, in regular initiation, these things one has to do before taking initiation. The word Pura means before, Charya means activity. Due to the necessity of these activities, we do not immediately initiate disciples in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. For 6 months, a candidate for initiation must first attend Aarti and classes in the Shastras, practice the regulative principles, and stay with other devotees. When one actually advanced in the Purascharya Vidhi is recommended by the local temple president for initiation. Not that anyone can be suddenly initiated without meeting the requirements. When one is further advanced by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra 6 rounds daily, following the regulative principles, and attending classes, he receives the sacred thread, the second initiation. Without performing of the Purashchari activities, one cannot become perfect even by chanting this mantra for hundreds of years. But one who has undergone the Purashchari Vidhi process can attain success very easily. If one wishes to perfect his initiation, must first undergo the Purashchari activities. The Purashchari process is the life force by which one is successful in chanting the mantra. Without life force, one cannot do anything. Similarly, without life force of Purashcharya Vidhi, no mantra can be perfected. In his Bhakti Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami describes the importance of deity worship and initiation as follows. It is Srimad Bhagavatam's opinion that the process of deity worship is not actually necessary, just as a specific prescription of the Pancharatna and other scriptures do not have to be followed. The Bhagavatam enjoins that even without practicing deity worship, one can achieve the complete success of human life by any of the other devotional processes, such as simply offering oneself at the Lord's feet for his protection. Nonetheless, so scriptural text has to be understood in proper context. Like one place deity worship is glorified, another place is told that it's not required. So you have to understand why it is mentioned. So sometimes mentioned to glorify that chanting of holy name. Chanting holy name itself is sufficient. But nonetheless, Vaishnavas following the path of Sri Narada and his successor endeavor to establish a personal relation with the Lord by receiving the grace of a bona fide spiritual master through initiation. And in this tradition, the devotees are obliged at the time of initiation to begin engaging in deity worship. So, why do we take initiation? So that we can establish a personal relationship with the Lord. Or the spiritual master teaches us the Sharanagati. And this deity worships because our minds and bodies are so materially contaminated. So by worshipping the deity, this devotional process is purification is made faster. And while in deity worship, body, mind, and senses are engaged, so it purifies. Although deity worship is not essential, the material conditioning of most candidates for devotion service required that they engage in this activity. So you have a lot of conditioning. So that is why deity worship is like catalyst. When we consider their bodily and mental conditions, we find that the character of such candidates is impure and their minds are agitated. Therefore, to rectify this material conditioning, the great sage Narada and others have at different times recommended various kinds of regulations for deity worship. Though holy name is sufficient, but still acharyas recommend because the disciple has so much contamination that requires additional catalyst. Though holy name is itself is sufficient. Similarly, the O best of the Brahmanas, even without any preliminary precaution or exception of the renounced order, one can attain perfection devotion service simply by chanting the Lord's holy name. So Prabhupada is giving both where holy name is glorified and initiation, purification, and acceptance of renounced order is given less significance. So one should understand it properly, not that I will just chant holy name. Acharyas are recommended we should take initiation from bona fide spiritual master. We should engage in deity worship. We should engage in preliminary purification. So we do that. But understand that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very, very powerful. So if one is very pure and he just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he also can get success. But one should understand, for me it's not possible. I need to follow the acharyas. In other words, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so powerful that it does not depend on official initiation. But if one is initiated and engages in Pancharatra Vidhi, his Krishna consciousness will awaken very soon. And his identification with the material world will be vanquished. The more one is freed from material identification, the more one can realize that the spirit soul is qualitatively as good as the supreme soul. At such a time, when one is situated on the absolute form, one can understand that the holy name of the Lord and the Lord himself are identical. So now Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinnatam Nama Naminam. The Nam, the holy name, and Lord are identical. At this stage of realization, the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna mantra, cannot be identified with any material sound. If one accepts the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as the material vibration it falls down, one should worship and chant the holy name of the Lord by accepting as the Lord Himself. One should therefore be initiated properly according to the scriptures and in the direction of one of our spiritual masters. Although the chanting the holy name is good for both the conditioned and liberated soul, it's especially beneficial to the conditioned soul because by chanting it, one is liberated. When a person who chants the holy name is liberated, attains ultimate perfection by returning home back to Godhead. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. The offenseless chanting of the holy name does not depend on the initiation process. Although initiation may depend on Purascharya or Purascharana, the actual chanting of the holy name does not depend on Purascharya Vidhi or the regulatory principles. If one chants the holy name even once without committing an offense, he attains all success. During the chanting of the holy name, the tongue must work. Simply by chanting the holy name, one is immediately delivered. The tongue is sevan mukhe jihva. It is controlled by service. One whose tongue is engaged in tasting material things and also talking about them cannot use the tongue for absolute realization. Atasya Krishna namadi na bhavet grahim indre shevan mukhe hi jihvada swayam eva spratyada. With the material sense, one cannot understand the transcendental holy name of the Lord or His form, activities, and pastimes. But when one actually engages in devotional service utilizing the tongue, the Lord is revealed, as it is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ateva Krishnera Namadeha Vilas Prakritendriya Grahya Nahe Hai Sa Prakash. The holy name of Krishna as body as pastimes cannot be understood by the blunt material senses. They are manifested independently. So hope devotees could understand to a little extent. Any questions or comments regarding this verse? Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, in this purport, for me it is a bit confusing. Somewhere, sometime it is said that initiation is not necessary to do the chanting, and some places it is said that initiation is also mandatory. That is
Yeah. So
so.
yeah.
How
So
we understand all these things?
why is mentioned initiation not necessary? Where to glorify the holy name, to glorify the power of the holy name. That holy name, just by chanting holy name, one can attain perfection. But are we in that position? Because especially in Kali Yuga, one has so much contamination. So that is why he requires initiation. He need to have a spiritual master. He need to have purificatory process, and he need to engage in deity worship. Because unless we go through that, for us just chanting Hare Krishna will be difficult. Though Hare Krishna is sufficient, but are we in that stage?
No,
So
Prabhu, no, Prabhuji.
So that is why we need the catalyst. Understood, Prabhu?
Yes, yes.
So to glorify holy name, and it's not like it's exaggeration, it's right glorification of the holy name. The holy name is not dependent, it's Krishna. Krishna is Swatantra. So holy name is not different than Krishna, so the holy name is also independent. But because we are very much contaminated, so we require, and we are not in position just by chanting holy name we can advance. So we need guidance of spiritual master, instruction of spiritual master, need to engage in deity worship. So that will help us chant better and take better advantage of chanting Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, what if one is not getting initiation? So how will he progress in bhakti, in devotional service?
No, initiation is not just a formal process. Like we are if one is taking teachings in ISKCON, is accepting Srila Prabhupada as his primary Siksha Guru. So then already that formal initiation has not happened, but if one in his heart of heart accepted Srila Prabhupada teachings and following sincerely, then he is getting the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And that does not mean that we don't take formal initiation, but
Yeah.
one is receiving mercy. So one is under the care of Srila Prabhupada.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
अनुषंग फल करे संसारे रसाय चित्त आकर्षिया कराय Krishna Premodaya. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, one dissolves his entanglement in material activities. After this, one becomes very much attracted to Krishna, and thus dormant love for Krishna is awakened. The holy name of Lord Krishna is an attractive feature for many saintly, liberal people. It is the annihilator of all sinful reactions, so powerful that save for the dumb who cannot chant it, it is readily available to everyone, including the lowest type of man, the Chandala. The holy name of Krishna is the control of the opulence of liberation. It is identical with Krishna. When a person simply chants the holy name with his tongue, immediate effects are produced. Chanting the holy name does not depend on initiation. Past activities of brahmacharya regulatory principles generally observed before initiation. The holy name does not wait for any of these activities, is self-sufficient. अतएव जार मुखे कृष्ण नाम सहित वैष्णव करे होता सम्मान. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then finally advised, one who is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra is understood to be a Vaishnava. First he told that one who chants once is a Vaishnava. This is another level of Vaishnava. Is chanting Hare Krishna regularly. In his Upadeshamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami states, Krishna tiyasya girita manushendriyeta dikshasya chet pranatibhischa bhajantamisham. An advanced devotee should respect a person who has been initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and who is situated on the transcendental platform, chanting the holy name with faith and obeisances and following the instructions of the spiritual master. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur comments that serving Vaishnava is most important for householders. Whether a Vaishnava is properly initiated or not is not a subject for consideration. One may be initiated and yet contaminated by the mire of the philosophy, but a person who chants the holy name of the Lord offensively is not be so contaminated. A properly initiated Vaishnava may be imperfect, but one who chants the holy name of the Lord offenselessly is all perfect. Although he may apparently be a neophyte, still has to be considered a pure, unalloyed Vaishnava. It is the duty of the householder to offer respects to such an unalloyed Vaishnava. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. So one who is chanting Hare Krishna regularly with faith that this holy name is non-different than Krishna has to be respected. So that is second level Vaishnava. And there's another level where it is mentioned that who is constantly chant Hare Krishna. And the third level of Vaishnava is by seeing whom one is inspired to chant Hare Krishna. So that is another level of Vaishnava. Now this is another interaction with Mahaprabhu, with the devotees of Sri Khanda. Khandera Mukunda Das Shri Raghunandan Shri Narahari E Mukhatina Jan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then turned his attention to three persons, Mukunda Das, Raghunandan and Shri Narahari, inhabitants of the place called Khanda or Sri Khanda. মুকুন্দ দাসের পুছে সচিরানন্দন তুমি পিতা পুত্রতম শ্রী রঘুনন্দন. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi, next asked Mukunda Das, you are the father and your son is Raghunandan, is that so? Or is Srila Raghunandan is your father and you are his son? Please let me know the facts so that my doubts will go away. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Mukunda, is Raghunandan is your son or your father? So actually, from material point of view, Raghunandan is his son. But let's see what is his answer. Mukunda kahe Raghunandan mora pita hai, ami tar putra e amara nischay. Mukunda replied, Raghunandan is my father and I am his son. This is my decision. So, why is saying that? Behind this there is a story. The one time, Raghunandan is the son of Mukunda. So Mukunda one day he has to go out of station. So he told his son Raghunandan that today you make the offering. So Mukunda's wife made the preparation and gave it to Raghunandan for offering. Raghunandan that time was a small boy. And Raghunandan went before the deity, put everything and chanted the mantra. And he saw that Lord is not eating. So he asked, my dear Lord, please eat. Lord said, I have already eaten. I ate with my glands. Eating with glands? What is this? We know eating is done through mouth, right? So please eat through mouth. And he was requesting with so much love that Lord was forced to eat through his mouth. And Lord ate the whole offering. And then Raghunandan was very happy and he brought the plate back to his mother. And mother saw there's no prasad. Generally offer bhoga. And it comes as it is. Om Purnada Purnadam Purna Purnasa Purnamadaya Purneva Avashishyate. Even if Purna comes out of Purna, Lord Krishna remains Purna. So mother was in doubt whether he offered to the Lord or he himself ate the offering. So then when Mukunda came back, so his wife explained the whole thing. So Mukunda knew that his son is not an ordinary person. He is a great devotee. So Mukunda asked his wife to again cook something and told Raghunandan that he will offer again. And Mukunda was hiding behind to watch what is happening. So again, Raghunandan brings offering and chants the mantra, rings the bell, and again, Lord is not eating. And again, Raghunandan started crying, my dear Lord, please eat. So Lord said, I ate with my glands. No. Please eat through your mouth, just like you ate last time. So much love and faith and devotion, Raghunandan was calling the deity. And then the deity was taking the offering, the laddu. So it took half of the laddu, and that time Mukunda came and he was so much astonished seeing these great pastimes of the Lord. And Lord ate half and kept the half back. So Mukunda could understand how Raghunandan is such a great devotee. So here Mukunda is telling that Raghunandan is my father because he inspired me in devotional service. So whoever inspires us in Krishna consciousness, he becomes our spiritual master. So that is, in that sense, Mukunda is telling Raghunandan is my father, I am his son. Ama sabar Krishna bhakti Raghunandan hoite, ataeva pita Raghunandan amar nischite. All of us have attained devotion to Krishna and due to Raghunandan. Therefore, in my mind, he is my father. Suni harsha kahe Prabhu kahile nischay, jaha hoite Krishna bhakti sei guru hai. Hearing Mukunda Das give this proper decision, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirmed it, saying, yes, it is correct. One who awakens devotion to Krishna is certainly the spiritual master. So even if someone is younger than us, but they instruct us or inspires us in this Krishna consciousness, then he becomes our spiritual master. And this is today's verse. Please repeat after me. Bhaktera mahima prabhu kahite paye shok.
Bhaktere Mahima Prabhu Kaite Paesu
भक्तेरा महिमा कहते हैं पंचमुख
Bhaktera
The
Bhaktera
Mahima
Mahima
कहते हैं
Kahite
पंचमुख.
Hai Panchamukh.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy just to speak of the glories of his devotees. Indeed, when he spoke of the glories, it was as if he had 5 faces. So Mahaprabhu would love to glorify his devotees. So there are so many instances. Mahaprabhu glorifies Rupa Goswami, Mahaprabhu glorifies Sanatana Goswami, Mahaprabhu glorifies Haridas Thakur. So many instances where Mahaprabhu glorify the devotees, thus teaching us how we should make this practice, glorifying devotees, glorifying their good qualities. So it's like drinking nectar. And if one criticizes Vaishnava, then it's like drinking poison. So by poison, one will die. So by criticism, one will commit offenses, and because of that offense, one's devotional service will be covered up. And by appreciating devotees, by glorifying devotees, one gives great pleasure to spiritual master and supreme lord. So one advances by glorifying. So this is a secret of advancement. You just glorify the devotee, just appreciate what one may be not able to do good things, but if one is happy to see others doing great things, others doing great service, and appreciate them, we also advance. Right? Just by being happy and being appreciative about others' services, others sadhana, one can himself also advance, right? Isn't it a shortcut? Just appreciate, just be happy, just glorify those devotees who are doing, but who are doing nice service, nice sadhana, or exhibiting some good quality. If we glorify them, we not only advance, we get their good qualities, right? So this is a secret. So our mouth should be filled with glorification of Lord and his devotees. Then we'll become very dear to the Lord. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to teach us how to perform devotion service. So one of the important aspects of devotion service is appreciating other devotees. Okay. Hare Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrit ki jai. श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि।
One question, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, last, you have told that five, you written 5 faces. What are 5 faces?
5
Faces. Panchamukh.
Okay, 5 faces. I mean, it's like as if he is glorifying with 5 mouths.
5 mouths. Glorifying with 5 mouths. Okay.
Like so much glorifications, like 5 people glorifying together as if tappets.
Okay.
Yes, Shubha Jagannath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Like you mentioned, we should appreciate devotees. So, do we need to practice it like write down qualities of each devotees? Like we go to that level that we only see good of devotees. And another thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that one should always find fault in oneself. So, how do we see that situation that one does not go into inferiority complex? These are 2 questions. By seeing
Okay.
fault in oneself, one may feel himself very guilty, or so.
Yeah. So one should find good qualities in others and find faults with oneself. So we find fault and we try to rectify. We try to improve ourselves. So when one sees negativity in oneself and get morose or low self-esteem, that is a mode of ignorance, because then that means one does not have faith in the process of devotional service. So one should understand, I may be very much contaminated, I may be very much having negativities, I may have bad qualities, but this devotional process, this association of devotees, a spiritual master, holy name is so powerful that even if I am so degraded, they can pull me out. So I need to take their shelter. So seeing fault in others, that should lead to taking more shelter of the process of devotional service, spiritual master, holy name. So if you see fault in yourself, cry out to holy name. Krishna, please help. I am having so many bad qualities. I am having so many negativities. I am so much degraded. Please help. So one can call out to holy name. One can call out to spiritual master for help. Right? So that if you're in proper consciousness, proper attitude, then seeing that fault can give us push in our devotional service, that I'm so degraded. What am I doing? I should take more shelter. I should surrender more and more. So with this attitude, if we see faults in us, then that will push us in devotional service, not make us having low self-esteem. Low self-esteem means, oh, I cannot do anything. I'm so fallen. So then one does not have faith in devotion service. One has not understood the process of devotion service. One doesn't have faith in spiritual master, association devotees. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu. And about appreciating devotees, so we are not able to see always good in devotees, means able to see good, means one should only see good in other devotees. So how should we practice it? Like we should start with small good qualities, then write it down, and how should we do?
It's not like that we are not pure devotees. Like there are a range of devotees, like one who sees both good qualities, both bad qualities, but focuses on good qualities. One who doesn't see only bad qualities, it's like Mahabhagavat. He only sees bad qualities himself, and all others he sees good qualities. That is Mahabhagavat. And another in the negative side, one who sees good qualities and sees bad qualities, but focuses on bad qualities. And another is one who only sees bad qualities, even in a very good person, doesn't see any good qualities. So that is like degraded person. So at least we have to come to that point that we may be seeing good qualities, may be seeing bad qualities, and focus on good qualities. So, but if you're in position of like guiding someone or helping someone in mood of help, then we can help the person rectify those bad qualities by suitable help. So, good. First thing we can see that like Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, you would not hear any criticism of any devotees, because he has become a devotee. That itself is a great thing. How many people in this world are chanting Hare Krishna? How many people in this accepts Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead? This devotee is accepting. This itself is a so rare phenomenon, right? So becoming a devotee is so rare, right? So that itself is a should make us appreciate devotee, that so many people are there. 99.99% of the population are materialistic people, and this devotee belongs to that 0.00001% category, isn't it? That is appreciable. And along with that, he's trying to practice, he's chanting Hare Krishna. So if we're in that mood, Krishna will help us, because if we try to wear that type of spectacle of seeing good qualities, gradually Krishna will help. If we're in that mood, Krishna will show us that how this devotee is doing nice. And we can pray to Krishna, please help me see the good qualities in the devotees. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Parthavalla Prabhu.
Krishna, bro. Bro, my question is about when we hear pastimes of like Raghunandan Thakur interacting with the deity. So, although we accept, we have faith that it would have happened, but when we see a deity, because we are from a engineering or scientific background, our mind works very logically. So we have
Yes.
sometimes like full faith that nothing like that can happen or is possible to happen. Like we don't have, although we have faith that Krishna is there, Krishna is omnipotent, he has come into the deity, but we feel deity is like a marble deity. So like when we hear something like this, or sometimes let's say for temple deities also, let's say we hear something about Nitai Gauranga, our mind says mostly something would have happened. Like we don't have faith that it some magical thing can happen like that. So uh, my question is is it matlab how to come out of this thinking that like laws of material nature should be followed every like that means we don't have that much high faith that something magical can also happen in the DT like that.
At least basic understanding should be there. This at least understanding this deity is not different from Krishna, and we deal in that way. Be conscious when we are in front of the deity. That is why so many etiquettes are being given. That which one should not lay their legs in front of the deity. One should not show the back to the deities. One should not talk very loudly, or one should not be angry upon someone in front of the deity. So these etiquettes are very necessary. One should offer obeisances whenever one is coming in front of the deity. So obviously these are external, but these externals also help one to understand the divinity of the deity form of the Lord. So that is why first thing is to practice all these etiquettes when we are coming in front of deity. Second thing is that one should have proper understanding of the process of deity. So maybe you can read a book by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He has a book on deity worship and the science of deity worship. So by that, our understanding will be clear how this deity is not ordinary marble, or is Supreme Lord himself, because it is curved according to the Shastra. It is the Lord is called upon by great devotees. So we can read the science behind deity worship, because many things we are not aware about. That is why. Also, another thing that helps me is reading different pastimes. How so many deities around India is there who has performed many wonderful pastimes with their devotees. Just like we see, I just hearing few days back on the deity of Varadaraj, who talked to Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna would have regular conversation with the Lord. And one time it happened that, and such nice pastimes. And it's there with all deities, with Anantacharya and Balaji, and with
Sakshi
Jagannath
Gopal
Puri,
Prabhu
Lord
there.
Jagannath, and Rajapur Jagannath. So you can read those pastimes. That will give faith. And another thing we can hear about these pastimes from those devotees who have faith, who are engaged in deity worship. So ultimately, through logic, we can go to some extent, but beyond that, it's a matter of faith. And that faith can be accessed by hearing from those who have faith. So you can hear lectures from Chetan Chandpur, Radhesham Prabhu, and whosoever you are inspired by, or Prabhupada, especially those where he mentions about some pastimes of deity reciprocating with devotee. So when we hear a lot, that will build our faith.
Yes, bro. Also, bro, we should not expect now that something like that should happen with us also, because like we are not so advanced and not very, we are contaminated.
That can happen, but our devotion should not depend on that.
Mm.
When I like one may say, I saw Krishna last night in my dream. Okay, that is good. That is nice. But is that making you more committed, more serious in Krishna consciousness? So, and we should say that the devotee association that we are receiving, that is also the mercy of the deity. Shishnitai Gauranga is providing such nice association, like he is providing so much association, so many senior devotees, his Vaishnavas are coming.
Mhm.
So this is also mercy of the deity, no? This so many, we are regularly getting so much association of so many sannyasis, senior devotees. So this is also mercy of the deity.
Mhm.
So that we should see. We are getting association, we are getting so much service, we are getting so many festivals.
Mhm.
We are getting to serve him. So that is also the mercy of deity. It's not like only when deity personally comes and talks to you, that is only mercy.
Yes, bro.
And you can hear from Sri Ram Raghav Prabhu and Vrindavan Chari Prabhu how Nitai Gauranga, like Nitai Gauranga's mercy, Achad was sharing that few years back, we needed a lot of, our ground is very much, what do you call, lowland. So it needs to be raised, and that requires crores of amounts of mitti. So a few years back, there was cleaning of this khal. And when they cleaning the khal, there was a lot of mud that was coming out. And they needed to put it someplace. So he got all those mittis, like crores of mittis, free of cost. That is Nitai Gauranga's arrangement. Another thing is that we are not getting a line of like city line. How we had village electric line. That is why, and we could not have like higher power, like 199 kilovolt. So that also there's some miracle that was there. So many things are there.
Yes, bro.
Okay, so Nitai Gauranga is reciprocating.
Yes, bro.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Shilpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. My question is that for a new devotee, how one can prepare themselves for the initiation process? Like for me, like how I can prepare myself for the initiation process? If you can just
Ah,
kind enough to answer that.
hmm.
Hare Krishna.
So one doesn't have to do anything separate. Whatever we are doing, one should do that seriously, sincerely, chanting 16 rounds sincerely every day, following 4 regulatory principles, reading Srila Prabhupada books, attending the classes, and if we have time and energy, we can do some seva also. So doing that more seriously with more heart and more seriousness, more consciousness. That itself is preparation.
Okay. Anything else that
Generally ISKCON, after like 1 or 2 years of practice, devotees, there's one course called ISKCON Disciple course where we understand what is initiation, who is spiritual master, how to choose spiritual master. So after undergoing that course, one is uh, trained to choose spiritual master. So in ISKCON, there are many spiritual masters who give initiation. So one chooses a particular spiritual master from where one receives a lot of inspiration and perform devotional service. So after choosing spiritual master, one applies for the initiation, and when that particular spiritual master gives initiation, then one gets initiated. So that is the regular process. Some spiritual master gives like within 2-3 years. Some gives after like 6-7 years.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. I get excited when you ask questions. Thank you for making me excited. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.